situation remains critical. Forest fires raging across southern Argentina have burned more than 15,000 hectares in just 1 week. The worst hit area is in Chubut province, where the largest blaze near the town of Epien has been burning since, of course, last week, charring nearly 12,000 hectares of land in the Andean region. Another fire continues to burn nearby inside the Los Alerces National Park, raising concerns over environmental damage in one of the country's protected areas. Firefighters are also battling at least 2 more major fires across Chubut and the neighboring Santa Cruz province, where nearly 3,800 hectares have already been destroyed. More than 500 firefighters, rescue workers and police officers, as well as support staff, are on the ground, supported by local volunteers working along the fire lines to contain the blaze. On Sunday, rainfall in parts of Patagonia brought temporary relief to exhausted residents and emergency crews. Now, despite the rainfall, authorities cautioned that the danger is far from over. Chubut governor has said the conditions were calmer, but warned that the situation remains extremely serious. The official emphasized that the province is facing its worst drought since 1965, worsening fire conditions across the region. Health officials say a volunteer firefighter battling flames near Epien is currently in intensive care with severe burns. At least 3,000 tourists have been evacuated, and officials confirmed that 10 homes have been destroyed so far. Damage assessments are still ongoing. The region is no stranger to wildfires, though. Earlier in 2025, Patagonia lost 32,000 hectares to similar blazes, underscoring the growing threat that is posed by extreme weather and prolonged drought. Authorities continue to urge residents and visitors to remain alert as firefighting efforts continue.
We begin with Argentina. A fast-moving wildfire swept through the south in the heart of Patagonia. Flames tore through forests, forcing evacuations and pushing small communities to the edge. Firefighters fought the blaze, but so did neighbors, with hoses, buckets, and no safety net. It was a test of how much a community can carry when the fire moves faster than the state. Early estimates put the damage at nearly 12,000 hectares, but even that number kept rising. Tourist towns turned into evacuation zones, smoke turned day into night, and for many residents, this felt uncomfortably familiar. Because just 1 year ago, Patagonia saw its worst fires in decades, and this week, it was burning again. Here's a report on what unfolded.
Fire swept across southern Argentina. For days, wildfires raged through the Patagonian province of Chubut. By the weekend, authorities said nearly 12,000 hectares had burned. Native forests, planted pines, scrubland, all turned to ash. But environmental groups warned the true damage could be far greater. Greenpeace Argentina later estimated up to 52,000 acres may have burned so far. Officials say the fire broke out in the Andes region, a place known for lakes, mountains, and trekking trails. But this time, tourism gave way to evacuation. More than 3,000 tourists were reportedly forced to leave Puerto Patriada. Families near the town of Epuyén were moved out as flames closed in. Reports say at least 10 homes were destroyed. Firefighting teams were deployed at full scale. The government said nearly 300 firefighters were on the ground. They were supported by helicopters, air tankers, and military logistics. But conditions worked against them. Strong winds shifted direction. Dry vegetation caught fire quickly, and smoke reduced visibility. In some areas, the fire jumped roads, putting entire neighborhoods at risk.
This moment, the fire extended from the mountain and crossed Route 40, putting Coihue in danger. Are homes in danger? Yes, in the Coihue area, but we understand people have already been evacuated.
As professional crews fought the largest fire fronts, residents stepped in where they could. Neighbors hauled water, watched for spot fires, and even helped protect homes. They say it was not because they wanted to, but because they felt they had to.
My feeling is that we, the neighbors, are doing a lot through our own will. Families are buying water tanks, helping refill them, assisting homes. There's a lot of spontaneous organization. The government does too little, and this is too big. People will have to take charge of this, because it's the people who are saving the situation.
Volunteer teams became critical. Men and women with basic gear, limited resources, and no pay, working long hours in dangerous conditions.
We've had very intense days. Our colleagues are assisting neighbours affected by the fire, and now they're cooling down hotspots that are reigniting with the wind.
By early this week, the national government said more than 500 firefighters had been deployed across Chubut. Officials said 22 of 32 active fire fronts had been extinguished. Light rainfall brought partial relief. But But authorities warned the situation remained delicate.
So you're telling me I can straighten my teeth in as little as 4 to 6 months from just £38 a month?
Yep.
And I get free teeth whitening?
Yep.
Así que bueno, el fuego está acá nomás a 200 metros, vamos a tratar de salvar las casas aunque sea y bueno, nada, sin palabras, no hay palabras para expresar lo que se siente en estos momentos.